Hello all, welcome to Getting to Know Me, Diary of a Disabled, whatever you want to call it. Today I'm going to be eating some ghost pepper flavored pickles that I canned myself. So here are the ghost peppers. I put gloves on because even as they're dried and dehydrated, they still got oils on them. So this is what one of the ghost peppers look like when they're dehydrated. Pretty dang bright. So I sliced them open. I took the seeds out, and I even dumped some of the seeds in some of the jars, but I still have a lot of seeds down in the bottom. Look at that. I can grow some of my own ghost pepper plants. But I have dehydrated many batches of ghost peppers, and I've even left some of the seeds in. Some of them come, some ghost peppers come in yellow, red, and purple colors. So here's one of the purple, here's the red. I just have a combination of the both, and so these are my dried ghost peppers that I use every year to can with my pickles every August, September time frame. Usually when the local farmers markets have like pickling cucumbers for sale. There's no way I can grow enough cucumbers for myself for all my own pickles. I have to buy them. And pickling cucumbers is best when they're smaller because they stay crisp longer in the jars. There are ways of getting them crisp, but like using a grape leaf inside the recipe, the jar. I do some various cloves of garlic and dill, and this is the size of the pickling cucumbers that I got this last year. Still a little bit on the large side, but some of the jars that I had were narrow mouth, which are way harder to work with narrow mouth than it is wide mouth. So this is the difference: wide versus narrow. It's hard to get your hand inside this jar to set all the pickles or cucumbers into the correct spot so they can stay. You can maximize the space, maximize the volume of cucumbers per liquid. And a lot of the time, if you don't pack your jars when you're home canning, they will start floating to the top, and you'll have a gap of like this much or more of wasted space because you didn't pack your jar good enough. You gotta pack them tight. I break cucumbers when I shove them in my jars. I have not broken the seal on this one yet. So ghost pepper, this is the date that I canned it. No, this is the date that it was ready. So I always write the date that it's ready, because it takes a couple months to really like soak in the juices and ferment. So there are recipes that you can can them and eat them like that same day. It's just a different kind of process with timing and just spice pickling and stuff. This is like an older recipe that I've been using since my mom has been using, and then her mom's and my dad's mom's recipes. And I kind of tweaked their recipe into my own because I didn't like the flavor of pepper that they used. And I am a wuss when it comes to spicy. I don't do spicy. Like the hottest I do, and I've like trained myself over the years, is like Frank's hot sauce. That's like the hottest I can go. Like that's like mild hot, and I'm like, okay, I like that warmth. But when it comes to anything spicy, I've always thought like, why ruin some flavor or something with something so hot that your tongue is like so numb and burning that you can't even taste anything after that? What's the point? Like, I don't want spice, I want flavor. So I really kind of like, since I didn't really care, even though I grew up with the recipe and I always thought they were great pickle flavor, dill flavor, it was different from the store-bought kind. And the store-bought kind is like more twangy, tangy than the recipe that I grew up tasting. And so I pretty much just tweaked the recipe a little bit. I tried various amounts of cloves of garlic versus how much dill versus how much pepper to use each year. So when it came to starting off with ghost pepper, I was like, I am a wuss. I am so scared. Like, so when I originally started out, like you saw this is the size of like a whole like quarter of a ghost pepper basically, you know, or a half of one. I don't know. Sometimes I cut them in quarters, sometimes half. I started with a really small piece, like actually even smaller than this. I would say I started with a piece like this big in a whole quart-sized jar. I've not once eaten a ghost pepper by itself like this. I'm a wuss. I'm not going to either. So, mind you, this is about the size this is a quart-sized jar. This is also a quart-sized jar. They're the same. However, one's just wide and one's narrow mouth. They're exact same everything besides the mouth. And so, this ghost pepper jar, it has a lot more garlic than the typical, but there's the size of the ghost pepper that I put in it. That is the size. So it's a little bit bigger than what I originally started with back in the day, but it's not too much bigger, seriously. So what I've learned, the size does matter of the ghost pepper that I put in. I have had requests that they want them spicier, so I have made them spicier. Me, I like this amount of spice. It's tolerable to me. So, as you see, I just broke the seal. This is ghost pepper. It is labeled as such. And this is the ghost peppers that I used. And I just love the smell of ghost pepper. I can tell you what. The taste of the pepper is a most unique profile. I'm trying to do this while I'm going to not take one from the top because, you know, I'm going to take a couple of the top ones out. I'm going to get one that's been more saturated in the juices a lot longer and closer to the pepper down at the bottom. So I'm digging deep to get several pickles out so I can get one towards the bottom because it's more flavorful. This video is for you, double A man. Double A, I'm in this for you. Okay, so I think this one's kind of deep down. I'm gonna have to take off my hat for this because my forehead will turn red. I also have one slice of smoked Gouda cheese. I find that to be a very good pairing when eating any kind of sample of pickles. That's just what I do. But also, not only this, I wanted to introduce separately the other pickle that I just started for the first time this year, which really surprises me. I got the Trinidad Scorpion hot pepper. I've never seen it in the store before. I've only seen the ghost peppers, and only ghost peppers have been in the grocery store very limited times, and I have to get them at the right time of year in the store before they start going bad in the store. So this right here, it also comes in like purplish and red color tones. This is a lot more fatter of a pepper, and I tell you, when we dehydrated these, we had to do them outside. And then my dad, he was in charge of the dehydrating of these for me, because I was trying to double task. I was trying to dehydrate the peppers because I bought them right around the same time that I got the cucumbers for pickling. I'm like, gosh, I need to dehydrate them because I've never put fresh peppers. I've never done fresh peppers. I've always done dehydrated peppers because that's what our recipe called for growing up, is a dehydrated version of a pepper. So, you know, that's just, I don't know if it really makes a difference or not. I really don't, dehydrated versus fresh. So I did experiment. The although I did not taste any of the ones with the fresh pepper, I sent those to my friend in Alabama to taste test them for me because I'm a wuss. And I was scared to try them. I'm not gonna lie, I was too scared to try them first. And so the very first batch that was ready with them fresh before they got dehydrated, my friend in Alabama got them. And I tell you, he said that these were not spicy. It has a unique flavor of pepper, and that's what this is all about. It's really not about spicy. It's about the flavor profile of the pepper itself. Because when you put it, what I've experienced so far, I've dehydrated these, and I have also, see the size of the chunks of the scorpion in there? Those are the size of the chunks that I used of the scorpion. So the scorpion is like double the amount of what the ghost pepper is on the Scoville hot level spicy chart. I did a little bit of research, I wanted to know, what number wise they were, so I could kind of gauge how much do I put in the jar. And I was too scared to try it first, but once I did try it, he's absolutely right. I have absolutely no idea why it is different. The scorpion pepper, it does have its own unique pepper profile, but with it being double the amount of Scoville level, I don't understand why this is not spicy. It's just a flavored dill pickle of a different kind of hot pepper, and it doesn't like make me hot at all. But the ghost pepper, on the other hand, is like half the amount of Scoville level spicy, and on the scale, Scoville scale, and that's just it. It really astounds me because I'm like, it matters for ghost pepper, but for whatever reason, the oils, and I didn't do too deep a dive about all this, but it is, flavor-wise, scorpion, it was all right. It just wasn't spicy at all. So I'm going to increase it next year. I'm going to put like a whole one in there and see if that does anything. And then I'm going to have my friend try it first. I'm a wuss. I have sent so many pickles out to my friends to test for me because I am a wuss when it comes to spicy. And so I go off of my customers' feedback, my friends' feedback. I go off of what they say. And out of my experience with the ghost pepper, I mean, that's the one I had the most experience with. So I've learned my recipe. I've tweaked it. This last year's batch was a little bit saltier than I wanted. They're still good, and they're not nearly as salty as the years before. I totally have messed up on the salt content. Just trying to make sure that I remain crispy pickles. So here we are, 13 minutes in. I still haven't tried it. So I'm not afraid. I wanted to give a little context and rundown about the pickle itself and how I've gotten to where I've gotten and what I've figured out through the process of this canning thing. So I really feel like I need to do the scorpion first because it's not spicy. If I start with the ghost, I'm not going to be able to like give you like a good full reaction from the ghost. I feel like, even if I went the other way around, it'd be harder. But maybe I just need to dig deeper down in this one too. Maybe that's the answer. But I want to get some warmth. I don't want the ghost pepper just to outheat it all the time. Although it's all my friends' favorite. I have my friends obsessed with my pickles. They are obsessed. They'll eat a whole jar in a day. Sometimes like in a half hour, they'll sit there and eat the whole dang thing. Like, these pickles are so damn good. And I mean, don't let the name of ghost pepper scare you away, because I mean, it scared me at first, but usually I have to trick my friends and family into trying it first, and I'm like, okay, tell me what you think of this. And then they're kind of leery, like, and I'm like, just try it. It's not that bad. I've turned a lot of people on these pickles, and they think that they're not bad either, and they're delicious. So, I just need to sell them. I just need to figure out how much a jar really costs to make, and you know, I gotta make it cost effective, and it's a lot for me to do the canning. It's a long process. It's painful. It hurts. I can't stand there and do the repetitive motion of it. It takes a lot. So it's hard. I did like 75 pounds, I think, or 65 pounds of cucumbers last year, and I don't have that many left because I've given almost all of them away. And then the post office broke 3 of them in this last shipment. I'm still upset about that. All right, here we go. This is the scorpion flavored pepper pickle. Okay. I mean, I definitely taste my dill. Like, this is like a half or a quarter of one of the scorpion. And the scorpion, again, had 2 chunks like that. My hair's a mess. Like I ate a hair, which is frequent with my dog. I eat my dog's hair a lot. So my face is not really turning red. I'm not making a face. They're not hot. The pickles are not hot. Now, I'm gonna take a drink of my water just for palate cleanser. I swear I have her fucking hair. I swear I have her hair. I got a hair in my freaking mouth. It's annoying me. Is that it? Was that it? But it's not hot. Okay. Now I'm going to do the ghost pepper. This one will make me a little warm. Love the flavor of it. The ghost pepper is like a slow creeper warmth. And I'm going to go all the way. I only took 1 bite of the scorpion one. It's just not hot. Now just wait for the warmth of the ghost pepper to kick in, but I mean, just the flavor alone is so good. And what I think with the ghost peppers is when it's mixed with this much volume of liquid in the jar, it really dilutes the warmth that you feel. I'm still really not feeling much warmth at all from that size of ghost pepper. I want to get to the warmth so I can I don't like the ends. My lips are probably going to get it now. It takes a while. It's a creeper warmth. They're still really just not that warm. You can seriously probably eat like half this. Okay. Now I'm feeling a little bit warm. I was just about to say, I probably have to eat half the jar before I feel it. So I ate 2 pickles from the ghost pepper. Still not showing the warmth on my face. But I guarantee if I keep eating them, yeah. So, that is my ghost peppers. I ate 2 of those. I ate one of my scorpion. I'll eat the rest of it because I don't want it to go to waste. It's just the flavor's not as good as the ghost pepper. It's like more tangy. At least they stayed crisp. I can say that. I don't think the scorpion ones have the best of flavor. I think it's the North Carolina Reapers, which was another one that I tried out this last year for the first time. I couldn't remember if it was the scorpion or the Reaper. One of them had a better flavor than the other, and I think it might be the Reaper. Because this is like almost like a bitter, tangy. I'm supposed to describe that. Bitter. But not hot. Not spicy. So there you have it. Those are the peppers that I used to use in my pickles, and what can I say? I think they're delicious, and all my friends are addicted, and I don't have hardly any jars left because I keep sending them out to people. They're like, I told you they're good. But then they expect more and more after that, and I'm like, I'm going to have to start charging you because it's expensive to send that many. And with the way I have to package them without them getting busted, it costs way too much money to send it that way. I went the cheaper route, and I went the priority, even though I had liquid and fragile stamped on the box. I got packages destroyed of pickles. All that hard work and canning it takes to do all of that. It destroys me. It really does. I'm like, all that hard work, and my friends didn't even get to enjoy that because I have very few left. I have to get ready for canning season again here pretty soon. You know, as soon as it's like I'll get back from EDC, birth month in May. Pretty much I'll get back right around June. So I got June, July, and then August it's time to can. And it takes a lot of money to freaking can all that stuff. Like I said, I mean, I even wrote some of it down. I spent $159 on cucumbers alone. And then all the money it takes to like get all the other supplies, because I had to buy all the dill too, because we don't have we don't have good soil, in my parents' ground. They do container garden or whatever, and their containers are full of other stuff. So I just can't grow any of my own stuff. I had to buy all of the items. Luckily, my friend gave me some jars, and nothing's hot, but I don't want the cheese to go to waste either. I really don't want the cheese either. I don't want to buy myself up. Yeah, I'm just glad that I share the love. I have given out so much. I am tired today. I know I look it because of my bags under my eyes. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm hoping I get better sleep tonight. Yeah. Tomorrow's Monday. I don't have anything super planned except for getting these invitations done. So if I don't post anything for a couple days, it's just because I'm working my butt off, doing the best that I can with the sleep and pain level that I'm at. So, alright. Anyways, peace out everybody and have a good night.